Welcome back to the Investor Behavior video series. I'm your host, Tony Constantine with LifeMark Securities Corp. This video series is based on the Nobel Prize-winning work of Richard Thaler, who identified 9 behavioral biases that prevent us from reaching our true potential as investors. This week, we're going to talk about short-term thinking. Short-term thinking is when you look at the near term and don't consider the ramifications further down the road. An example of this would be the people who are out there in the marketplace today thinking about the stock market and the fact that they haven't made any money for several months now. And they're thinking that perhaps they would be better off putting their IRAs into CDs that pay 3%. Because after all, 3% is better than nothing. They are insured, and that 3% is guaranteed, so it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Well, actually, that's short-term thinking, and we live in a long-term world. Actuaries tell us that we're going to live for 85 to 95 years on average. They also tell us, or we also know, that we spend the first 18 to 22 years basically in our childhood, adolescence, going to school, and basically growing up to almost be adults at age 22. Then we spend the next 45 years in our careers, going to work every day, getting married, having kids, sending kids to college, buying cars and clothes and furniture and all this other stuff. Oh, yes, and we're also saving for retirement because once we hit normal retirement age 67, and we're using that for our example, we have 18 to 28 years to go before we pass on to our ultimate reward. And during that time, we don't get a paycheck. How about that? Well, if we invest $50,000 and we're 43 years old today, and we're getting 3% interest like in a 5 or 10-year CD, which are pretty available these days, and those are considered to be good interest rates right now. Like I said, that's short-term thinking. The money will double. It'll take it 24 years to double. So when we turn 67 and go to retire, our $50,000 will now be worth $100,000, and probably won't buy what $100,000 does today. So is that the right question to ask? Would I be better? I'd be better off at 3%? No, I believe the better question would be, or the best question actually, would be, what is most likely to give me the result that I want 24 years from now when I hit retirement age? You're more likely to get the correct answer there if you're aligned with a fiduciary advisor. I recommend everybody align themselves with a fiduciary advisor. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, my contact information will be on the screen in a moment. Come back next week when we talk about the overconfidence bias, which seems a little incongruous since most people inform me when asked that they are limited with their investment knowledge. Anyway, come back next week. And in the meantime, make every day a great day. Bye now.